Hello there. In this video, I'm going to show you the best way that I found to automatically sync your Squarespace orders into a spreadsheet. Note that in this video, I'm going to be using Google Sheets as an example, but this would totally work with Excel, Smartsheet, or any other type of spreadsheet that you use. Let's get into it. For this, we're going to be using an online software called Make.com, which used to be called apparently Integromat. So maybe you heard of them under that name. It's similar to Zapier, which a lot of people know about, but in my experience, seems to have a lot more different ways that it integrates with different apps. So I've been really enjoying exploring this awesome platform, and I recommend that you do as well. It will be free for you to use and to establish the type of workflow that we're establishing today. There are um, paid tiers in case you're operating with a large volume, but you don't necessarily need that to get started. If you do choose to try this out, please consider using the link in the description, which is an affiliate link. It would help me out and no cost to you. Okay, let's get started. Once you have created your account on make.com, you're going to go to scenarios and you're going to create a new scenario. Next, we're going to start by adding our first module, which will be Squarespace. And we're going to be asking make.com to watch orders on our Squarespace so that it knows when new orders come in. Next, we're going to connect it to our Squarespace store. You might need to click Add to connect yours for the first time. Choose whether we want to be triggered by created order or updated orders. Fulfillment status if you'd like to specify. And this limit function, I've not quite found it useful in this type of scenario. What I recommend is that you set it to a number that's larger than the typical orders that you get within a day or week. So in this case, I'm going to do 20,000. Next, it wants to know when to start pulling orders from Squarespace, whether it's you wanted to just look for future orders or also pull orders from a specified day or all orders, for example. So we're going to just do January 2021 as an example. And so note that when we run this scenario, it's going to also pull older orders instead of just looking for new orders. It's going to do both. It's going to first pull all your orders, get you up to date on the spreadsheet, and then it's going to be adding new orders as they come in. Okay, now that we got our connection to Squarespace set up, we're going to add another module, which is going to be, in our case, Google Sheets. But you can use, like you can see, Excel, you can use Smartsheet and Zoho Sheet, all other types of apps. Google Sheets, we're going to be asking it to add a row. So once it's connected to your Google Drive, you can go ahead and choose the spreadsheet that you would have already created in advance. In this case, I named it testing. Select the tab or sheet to use. Tell it whether your spreadsheet contains headers. In my case, it does. They're called order ID, order number, and date. And Make.com was able to pull those into here so that you can see it and organize your stuff according to your columns. In this case, on column A, we're going to want to pick from Squarespace the order ID. On column B, we're going to pull the order number. And on column C, I'm going to want the created on date. You can go ahead and customize this as you want. You could add customer's name, phone number, email address, order value, and so many. These are all the types of values that you could add to your spreadsheet. So You can customize it as you want. I'm going to be keeping it very simple for the purpose of this video. Next, I'm going to click OK. And here we have it. Now we just ask make.com to look for new Squarespace orders and add them as a new row on Google Sheets when they come in. Let's go ahead and give that a test run. Okay, and immediately we can see if we go to our spreadsheet, we can see orders starting to come in. Now, because we asked it to pull orders from January 1st, 2021, this is what happened just now. And from now on, it's going to be adding the new orders at the bottom. And before it could do that automatically, you must turn on the scheduling feature and then tell it whether you want it to run this scenario every 15 minutes, every hour, every day, whatever you prefer. And here we have it. It's ready to go and ready for you to do nothing and just watch it add orders as they come in. If you'd like to stick around, however, I'm about to show you a few very simple features that you can use to customize this even more. It is a little bit more advanced, but I think you're going to like seeing what I'm about to show you. The first thing that I like to show you is that in these orders, I don't like the way the Squarespace formats the data. This is what Squarespace does. This is how you're going to see orders every time you export them. You're going to see the data and then the time. And this just, I don't really like seeing this. It seems odd, and I can see it causing troubles. So if we go back to the Google Sheets module, under column C, we're actually, instead of doing just the date as Squarespace gives it to us, we're going to create a function. I'm going to click on this date icon. Then I'm going to do format date. And after the first parenthesis, I'm going to go back to the star and choose the created on date. And before the last parenthesis, I'm going to be giving it the formatting that I want, which is month, date, and year. And when it's going to be pulling in new orders, the date is going to be automatically formatted to you. As you can see here, it's going to look like what we wanted it to. So this is much easier format to work with. Another easy yet very functional feature is the ability for you to create a filter in between Squarespace and Google Sheets. Let's say that, for example, you want to import orders, but not all of them. Maybe you want to import only orders for specific products or orders coming from a specific customer. You can do that by clicking in this link in the middle and set up a filter. You would name it, for example, SKU filter if you're filtering by SKUs. In that case, you're going to want to find the SKU label here. It would be underline items for SKU. And you can choose if you want it to be equal to a specific SKU, or you want it to be containing these characters. This might depend on how you code your inventory. Or, for example, you may want to filter by customer state. In this case, under condition, we're going to be finding the billing address state and say that that must contain California. You could also, as you can see, add filters to other filters, or also add an or function, and so on. So you could really customize it as you want. I'm going to stop here for now, although I hope that you could see how this could be very useful in making your workflow more efficient and removing time-consuming tasks off your plate. There are so many ways that you could take what I just shown you and customize this to your need. So please let me know in the comments if you thought that this was helpful, if you're gonna give this a try, or maybe you may have found a faster, easier, better way than what I just showed you. If that's the case, yeah, go ahead and let me know in the comment. I would love to hear from you. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good one.